You're awake. Hi. Hi. How was your slumber? Not good. Okay. Well, I take it you know right here. I'm assuming, right? No. Okay. Well, you might have forgotten some stuff before you went unconscious, but you are here for a surgery. Let me just quickly check. Are your restraints feeling okay? Are they are too tight? Okay. You can't get out though, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, that's all I was checking. I don't really care if they're too tight. Allow me to introduce myself. Hi, hello. I'm your rival. I suppose you're my rival. And yeah. You got a little bit too close. You got a little bit too close to my love, and I just really need to make sure that things are returned to their normal balance, and I just really need you to not, I don't know how to say this without, people are like, oh, you're so crazy, whatever. Basically, I need you to stay away from them. And I know that you had plans on asking them out. You had a whole thing written in your diary about it. And I don't feel comfortable with your proximity to my lover. Yes, they know who I am. You're delusional. Okay? So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be removing parts of your body that I think are going to be a threat. So I'm going to be removing parts of your brain. I'm going to be removing your teeth. And then I'm going to do a little bit of experimental bowel surgery. And then I am lastly going to be removing your heart, just so that we are getting rid of the whole feeling section of your body. How does that sound? I mean, I didn't think you were going to agree to it, but that is what's going to happen, unfortunately. So, before we get started, did you want me to get you anything? No, I don't have any general anesthetic on me, unfortunately. You are going to feel every bit. But was there anything else a little bit more practical that you could ask me for before going into a surgery? Nothing ridiculous like localized or general anesthetic. Do you want a drink of water? I have a cup right here and some water. Here, take a little sip. Take a little sip of water. Take a little sip of water. Okay. Alright. So first I'm just going to do a little bit of mapping. Well, no. First I'm going to do the exam. I'm going to do an exam just to make sure that I want to get a baseline. Make sure you're still with me, okay? So we're going to have a little bit of light. You're going to see just a little bit of light, okay? Alright. I need you to open your eyes for me. Okay. And I just need you to follow this back and forth. I just need you to follow the light. Follow it, back and forth. And we're going to go around. And I need you to just follow that in that, whatever shape I'm going in. We're just going to test your eyes, your reflexes, okay? You're going to let me know now when this light goes to the ends. When you can't see it anymore, okay? I'm going to go this way. No. Okay. Awesome. And this way. No. Okay. Awesome. That looks good. And so that'll be a baseline for later. So that when the tests, when we run the later tests, I have a marking of how you're supposed to look and how you're supposed to react to things, and then how you are reacting to things. Okay. All right. So you get it. So next, I'm going to go ahead and do a little feeling test. Okay. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to you're going to tell me where on your body it is. Okay. Good. 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 Okay. So we got that out of the way. And then, I don't think we need to do a full cranial nerve. I don't really expect your sense of smell to work very well. Your sense of taste, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm more concerned about your vision, and let's do hearing, okay? So I'm going to snap on both sides of your head, and you're going to tell me where it's coming from. I need you to close your eyes. Close your eyes for me. Okay. Okay, and what side was that? Okay, and Okay, what side was that? Okay. What side was that? Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, now that we have a baseline done for the important senses, feeling, hearing, seeing, I'd like you to be able to do those things. Ideally, if you lose one or two of those things, it's really not the end of the world, but I don't expect you to be able to smell or taste, so I'm not too interested in that. Yeah, so let's get started. So I have my little tools here. We have some scissors. We have this cute little scalpel. So how long have you known them? It's a long time. I'm aware that the feelings are not entirely reciprocated. Now, I do think that they could come around, but ultimately, if I can't have them, no one can. I'm just gonna do some tracing for the places that I'm gonna go around, like go around the area of your skull here. So I'm just gonna. Okay, and then we're gonna do a nice little line down the center. Okay. Perfect. And then we're gonna do down the center here, and then we're gonna do a horizontal line as well. I'm gonna go. Perfect. Now that those things have been done, you are all lined up for where I need to make my incisions. I am going to go first. I think we'll go first for your brain. What do you think? I'm going to cut the external portion open using a scalpel first. You know what? No. Let me do this right. Let me do this right. Okay. I'm going to use the gloves for the surgical portion, just so that we don't give you an issue that would cause you to go into anaphylactic shock or whatever that is. But what we're actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove your teeth first. And why I'm going to remove your teeth is because they're a very important part of my collection. So I do collect teeth, and I do need yours to add to my collection for no other reason other than just that. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of them. So yeah, I just need you to open up your mouth for me. And if you don't, I will forcefully open it for you, which will cause a lot more pain than if you just held it open for me. So just keep that one in mind, okay? So just say, Okay, so we're going to start on the first one. And I'm just going to... Okay, and then we're going to go here. And I'm going to... Perfect. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the bottom row, okay? And I'm just going to... Perfect. And now we're going to go back to the canines in the back, okay? And I'm just going to... And then we're going to go to the underside canines. Or not canines. Silly me. Molars. We're talking about molars. Do you have wisdom teeth? You had them removed. Where are they? You didn't keep them. You could have made some nice jewelry out of them. Oh, me personally have a lot of tooth jewelry. Yeah. Some of them are out of my wisdom teeth. Others are from other people's teeth who have given them to me or I've taken them by force. Yeah. No, I really love teeth. Okay. So now that I've gotten all those out of your mouth, how are you feeling? Let me go ahead and suck up some of that blood. I'm gonna use my little tool here just to suck up some of that blood. I have a nice little surgical blood sucker, so we're just gonna go ahead and... blood out of your mouth so that you don't drown in it during surgery. We are going to go ahead and go along the perforated lines that I have created. Now I am going to be going into your hairline, okay, as I cut. So just know it's going to sound a little bit fluffy, a little bit fuzzy as I part your hair and go into the areas I need to go into, okay? So I'm just gonna saw away at the perforated line I've created here. Perfect. And I'm just gonna go all the way around just to make sure we got that open. And then, since I'm going to peel back the area with the hair, that's now all gone. No more hair. No more hair. Just skull. And so what's going to be underneath is going to be the layer that's right between. And that's what I'm looking at right now. It's this kind of thin, papery almost layer before we get to the bone portion. Okay. Brain casing. So, I'm going to go ahead and just and now that we've made a nice little symmetrical circle around that little brain casing, I'm going to go ahead and use my facial roller as a hammer. Unfortunately, I don't have a hammer with me, so I am going to be using my jaw roller as a hammer. So I'm just going to take your skull, okay, and I'm just gonna it's just like breaking open a boiled egg. So now that that's all done, I am going to go in very gently with my pliers and remove all the shards from your skull, which is going to expose your brain. Now, a fun fact about the human brain is it actually doesn't feel pain when manipulated. So everything up until this point obviously probably gave you a skull splitting headache. But once your skull is removed, there's actually no pain felt by the actual organ of your brain. So you'll be completely pain-free during the process of manipulating and removing parts of your brain. Perfect. Now your brain is all exposed. So, just to make sure you don't feel anything. Now, when you do touch the brain, little things are activated. You will smile, you will feel a certain way, but the actual brain won't feel anything. You will. So as I touch, manipulate, and poke certain parts of your brain, you're going to feel different things. So, for instance, I'm going to give a little poke to this region. Now, I'm no brain surgeon, so I don't really know what they do. Okay. Your brain is very gelatinous. It's very fun. I'm actually having quite a good time. I think I'm just gonna kind of brush along your brain just because I find it exciting. Now, I really don't like that you ever had anything to do with my love. So, I'm going to go ahead and remove a couple parts of your brain that I think would be responsible for those memories. And we'll see how you feel after that's all done. Let me just kind of test here. So, I think that this part of your brain, I believe it's called the Broca's area, I think it has to do with your understanding, so I'm just gonna poke it, see what that feels like. So you can understand. You looked confused. Did I sound okay? No? Okay, what if we try to get... Does that sound better? Okay, so you straight up can't understand me when I touch that area. Are you sure? Let's just try it one more time. You really can't understand. Okay. Well, I do need you to be doing decently in class. And I think if you just straight up couldn't understand anything anyone was saying, it would be a little bit sus. People might think that's something happened to you and then like investigate it. And the last thing we want is people realizing you had an experimental brain surgery done. So I think I'm gonna avoid that area. If I mess with your medulla, you'll stop breathing and then I'll have to hide a body. Frontal cortex, personality damage. Yeah, you could just have a psychotic breath, but then you're gonna go to a mental hospital. I know. I'll specifically mess with your memory area. I believe that's like the hippocampus and stuff. Again, I'm no brain surgeon. I'm gonna mess around with your memory area. Okay, let's try that. And I'm just gonna poke in there. Let's see. I'm just gonna and if I just go in there with some scissors, let's just okay. And I'm right about to patch up your head here. Let me see. Your eyes look like they have a little bit more life in them. You good? I just spent 30 minutes working on your memory. You don't remember? Tremendous. Do you remember who I am? No? Do you know why you're here? No? I'm a genius. Perfect. Okay, let me stitch you up. I'm going to use this massive needle, and I'm just gonna okay, I'm just gonna stitch you right up. I'm so excited that it worked. Oh my gosh, I'm such a genius. Okay, do I have glue? Oh, I have glue. I'm gonna use some glue too, just to make things really nice and neat. So we're just gonna perfect, and we've got some glue across your head, and you're gonna be nice and fabulous, fabulously obliviously fabulous. I'm gonna use the spatula portion and just slide that on there, and then we're just gonna stitch. We're just gonna stitch, 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 stitch. Perfect. Now you look good as new. Your hairline does look a little bit funky, but it looked a little funky before, so I don't think anyone's gonna notice. Okay, so now that you've got a little bit of a memory thing going on, I'm going to go ahead and you got a little bit of blood. Hold on. Now wipe it off. Now, when I do the intestinal portion, I know I didn't wear gloves, but you know, the inside of your like stomach and stuff is kind of gross. I don't really want to touch it. So I am going to put on gloves for this portion. It's kind of weird because I have nails on. It feels kind of bizarre, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to use a lot more of our blood tool just because the inside of you is going to be a lot bloodier than your brain, because your brain doesn't really save so much blood and you know, all that. But your whole midsection and heart, especially your heart's gonna be a lot. So I am going to go ahead and get in there with a little scalpel here. Okay, so we're gonna go into a scalpel and we're just gonna go all the way down, you know, like a little disemboweling moment. And the goal in this is to remove the heart, and then kind of like move your organs around. I'm not too sure what I want to do with that. I might sell one of your organs just because I am short on money and I really need to get them a gift. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and sell one of your kidneys and keep you alive and keep you in the other one. And then I'm going to remove your appendix and sell that too. I don't know what people use appendixes for, but I am going to sell it. So I know that you don't need it to be alive, so that's why I'm selling it. I'm so generous, huh? I learned how to share recently. I also just have too many bodies in my backyard and I really can't afford to have another one. I think the police are starting to catch on to me. So we're just gonna go ahead and do a little incision. So I'm just gonna that's a lot more blood than I expected, but I am gonna use this to go ahead and part open. I'm gonna take you and just move it open like that. Perfect. And now we've got the whole inside exposed. So first, I'm going to go in there and kind of snip some stuff, some like aorta, vein, like valve, vein stuff, you know, like the stuff that holds your heart in place. And I'm gonna just snip them loose, and then we're gonna have your heart, and then I'm gonna save it for later so you can eat it. But it's okay because you're gonna be okay because you know, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. This might get a little messy, I'm sure. And it's wrong if I hit that. Suki, suki, dai, suki. Suki, suki, dai, suki. Suki, suki, dai, suki. I should do. Suki, suki, dai, suki. Suki, suki, dai, suki. Suki, suki, dai, suki. Perfect. Okay. So now your heart is free. I'm just gonna use this to kind of poke around, make sure we get it nice and dislodged before I go in there and grab it, okay? So, I'm just gonna suki, suki, dai, And look at the brushes. Look at it. Isn't that just a work of art? It's your heart. It smells nice and fresh and bloody. And now they can never have it. It's mine. Your heart is mine. Isn't this so beautiful? We should get married. I have your heart right here. I would never marry. I have my beloved to marry. Now it's time to rearrange things, and this is going to be very simple. So I already have the opening, and I'm just gonna... And I need to just go in there and suck out some blood too, because you're bleeding. And we're gonna just awesome. Okay. Well, now you're bleeding just a little bit less. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm gonna go in there and just make sure everything's all rearranged the way I need it. And then I'm going to take your kidney. So, let me just go in there. And I'm just gonna... Stuff is kind of falling out of place a little bit, which is not the best thing in the world. I don't know, I just like you. And who gets in the way, darling? Your big smile, follow you till you love me. Papa, paparazzi. Promise I'll be kind. I won't stop until that boy is mine. You sit down until you love me. Papa, paparazzi. Okay, so I did cut your small intestine on both sides. That was not the plan. Hold on. Okay, so the bad news is, let's start with the good news. The good news is you're about 15 pounds lighter. The bad news is your small intestine is on the floor. I'm still gonna go get the kidney though. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with that in a second. But you are losing a lot of blood, which was not the plan. So let me just yeah, you're still bleeding. I think that's gonna have to be enough. I need to go in there and get the kidney, so let me get my scalpel. And I'm just gonna reach in there, and I got my kidney. Okay, put that right there. And I'm gonna go in for your appendix. And I do have to just okay, and then time to go in for the appendix. Baby, me must chase you down until you love me. Papa, paparazzi. in there. And we got the appendix. Perfect. Okay, well, you don't need an appendix or a second kidney. So, took those, and it's gonna be just a little bit lighter. As for the small intestine, I'm gonna put it back. Do I have any glue? I'm running low on my surgical glue. That's okay. I'll just use the rest of it. I can buy some more. Okay, just gonna. Okay, I put a little glue around the rim of the separate portions, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put them back. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of bunch it up and put it back in there. Put it back in there. Baby, famous, chase you down until you love me. Paparazzi. Okay. Let's have all that stay in there real quick while I just. Okay. I'm gonna sew you up real quick. So we're gonna sew from the bottom because that's the part that's kind of falling out the most. So. I'm gonna stitch. Okay, now the critical part is closed. I'm gonna use a little bit of this glue that I can brush on to seal up the top portion, which is not as critical since your heart cavity is empty, you know. Perfect. And now you're all sealed up. You do have a couple cracks, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get the rest of the blood. I'm just gonna, and then right in your mouth too, because your mouth is still bleeding from the teeth. Okay. Yay, your mouth is clean and you're all stitched up. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? Are you okay? I know you're still breathing. I can see your lungs rising and falling. That means you're much better off than a lot of people. This is my first successful surgery. Alright, well, it's time for me to go to bed. I hope you get better. I am gonna drop you off in a ditch. And you're not gonna remember anything. Just know that if you fall in love with them again, you are probably gonna end up losing your head this time. There's not much coming back from that one. Yeah. Have a good night.